Who has more to gain? Josh Allen has more to gain. But Mahomes has a lot to gain. I'll explain that in a second. Mahomes has the most to lose. There's more at stake for Mahomes. If Mahomes beats Josh Allen, especially on the bad wheel, after the concussion, and he beats a really good Buffalo Bills team, an ascending Buffalo Bills team, year over year, Josh Allen's great, the whole thing, and gets to his second consecutive Super Bowl. He's started 3 years. If not for a pre-snap penalty, it would have been his third consecutive Super Bowl, and I believe working on his third consecutive win.
Yeah.
But that puts him, when I say in rarefied air, it puts him by himself. As I said yesterday, there are guys like Marino or Rodgers where you watch them and you go, oh, my God, they're differently talented. But they weren't in perfect situations. There are guys like Montana and Brady who are great and also in great situations. But the raw talent didn't look the same as, Marino or Rodgers, right? Or even Peyton Manning. Mahomes, the eyeball test says, oh, my God, if it's not the best raw talent ever, it's one of the two. And the situation also is great. Well, when those two things come together, what you're talking about is the greatest of all time. That's what's at stake already for Mahomes. He's on track. If Mahomes gets to the Super Bowl this year, let alone if he wins it, it's good. It's the greatest start to an NFL career by far of all time. And he's already kind of like halfway to be considered the greatest player who ever lived. It's an enormous amount at stake. Josh Allen has a ton to gain because if he beats that guy, he has arrived. But, Stephen A., if Josh Allen loses, he had a great season. They'll be back next year. That's going to be – he's the underdog. The lead dog has the most on the line.
First of all, I think your argument is not only wrong, it's relatively weak because it's completely contradictory to everything that you've said about Patrick Mahomes. You cannot glow about Patrick Mahomes in the fashion that you have glowed about him for as long as you have glowed about him. And one game change. And I'm saying you can do that because you're the same guy that went from having Giannis as the best player in the world on a Thursday to number 5 on a Monday.
Oh,
I understand that.
By the way, we're talking about Giannis and LeBron later as well.
I mean, I understand that you can do that. Now, there's nobody. You're one of a kind.
It's a gift.
Hey, listen, you're one of a kind. Absolutely.
You're blessed.
Because you're one of a kind of that.
Special.
Nobody. Listen, I've been doing this show for 8 years. Okay, I've been around a while.
How long have I been doing it for?
I've been in this business for 27 years.
Yeah.
I don't recall ever anyone in the history of this business that went from having somebody ranked 5 to 1 over the weekend. I've never seen it in my life.
When the facts change, what happens?
I understand.
I changed my mind.
I understand that. I'm not even disputing the fact. I'm just saying, damn, there was a whole bunch of facts that led up to the Thursday. How the hell a weekend changes facts that you've accumulated over years?
Important facts.
That's just me. That's fine. So you can do that. So the same Max that did that is the same Max Kellerman that will go from talking about Mahomes. You remember we had the conversation, who's more valuable, who's greater.
Yeah.
You talk about him compared to LeBron James and all of this other stuff. He actually said Patrick Mahomes is more valuable than LeBron James. I mean, you remember that argument we had right on this show. So this is Max Kellerman. I understand. I give him credit for consistency. He hasn't deviated. I'm very proud of that. But here's the reality of the situation. Look at Josh Allen. Now think about this. He went from completing 58% of his passes to 69% in 1 year. He went from throwing for like 3,800 yards or so to 4,500 yards this season. He went from 20 touchdown passes to 37. His record as a starter in the 3 years is 28-15. He's been in the playoffs the last 2 years. He's only been in the league for 3 years. Here's why there's more at stake in terms of, yes, he has a lot to gain, but there's still more at stake. If he beats Patrick Mahomes, you know who we suddenly stopped talking about so much? Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson. We have to throw him in that conversation. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.